Greetings, love. How are you doing? Welcome to Pearls of Wisdom. Y'all like how I just did that? Check out my pearls, y'all. Y'all checking out my pearls. I'm finna drop some wisdom down for y'all today. This is pearls of wisdom. Okay? Remember the pearls. Remember the pearls. Wisdom. Each ball contains wisdom. So guess what, y'all? I'm smart. Look at this. Look at this. I'm smart, ain't it? Look at that. Look at all this knowledge. Look at that. Y'all, guess what though? I want to talk about something that I scrolled upon. Let me clear my throat. Now, I scrolled upon a topic saying God is an idea. God is an idea. Now, he was on there explaining his points, and I get where he was coming from. And people saw that title. They didn't think deep into the title, y'all. We got to stop looking at things on the surface. Because think about what he said. He said, God is an idea. Now, most people took that as y'all saying, as the man was saying, God didn't exist. God is not real. Y'all sitting up in here believing in something that don't exist. Which he wasn't saying that, but then in a way he was saying that. See, his message to me was confusing. It was confusing. But it was very interesting on his take and bringing his points across. Now, what I disagree with what he was saying was he was saying that Jesus wasn't real, which everybody says that Jesus isn't real. He's not the first person, but it's like they do it in a jokingly manner as to insult a person for believing that Jesus is real. Come on, y'all. Look at my pearls of wisdom. I'm dropping them down for y'all today. Take in one of these pearls, okay? Now, if you are truly called, if you are truly chosen, and if you are truly an elect one, you will not sit up there and say that. You will not tell somebody that Buddha don't exist. You would not tell somebody that Krishna does not exist. You would not tell somebody that Muhammad does not exist. Because he exists in the hearts and he exists in the minds. I'm saying he as all of them as one person, because to me, it's one spirit that all these characters high. Held high. Now, he said, God is an idea. Now, where I do agree with him on is his title, because that's all my channel is about the invisible. Because if you know that you are not your body, for my people that have grown up and come past this flesh thinking, then you know that the invisible is visible. You know that the invisible is real. You know that everything comes from the invisible place. You know that thought is invisible. You know that thought becomes a everything. This for my people who done grew up. You know what I'm saying? And if you haven't grown up, I pray you get what I'm saying. I'm not on here to tell someone that what they believe in is the wrong thought and the wrong idea for them. That's wrong. That's a disrespect. And I'm finna tell you why it's wrong. It goes against the laws of the universe. It goes against the laws of the universe. For my people that have grown up, we know that everything exists in the mind of God. Everything that can exist, that will exist, that has ever existed, came from the mind of God. All is mind. Mind is all. God is the all mind. He is the all conscious. So is God an idea? God gives credit, the thing that we call God, what we consider God. We make him singular, like a one aspect, right? But when that aspect speaks, he speaks volumes. He speaks in realms. And he doesn't speak for one. He speaks for all. What he wishes for you, he wishes for all. He's no respecter of person. Okay? Now, him being an idea, you were made in the image of God and the likeness of God, meaning an image forms from thought, words. Words are alive. You can make those images move in your mind. You can go into those images and live inside of those images in your mind. In your mind, everything exists that you want to exist. You can go in there and have all the pleasures that you want. And you can even make your body feel what you are experiencing while you are spending time inside of your mind. God is an idea. I like that title. For one, it don't put a casing on him. It don't make him be just one thing. An idea can go through dimensions. An idea can turn and morph into anything at any given time. Nothing can hold it, nothing can stop it from shaping, and nothing can stop it from forming. And you can see it. Everything that you touch, everything you put your hand on, everything you taste, everything you smell, everything you see, everything you feel comes from an idea, a thought, a image, a word, and it's all invisible. But you can see it. Now, the reason I'm making this video is because he's telling people that Jesus is not real. Now, it seems like this word Jesus gets bashed more than all of the other prophets. And there were other prophets. But this one name bothers and shakes up the whole entire world. And that one name is ganged up on all the time and get treated the worst out of all of the prophets that there are. This one is the one that's sticking out. This one is the one that's in the front line. This one is more popular than all of them. This one is more favored than all of them, whether you love it or hate it. Now, according to the laws of the universe, everything comes from thought. If you can think it, it exists. Now, it does not matter if the stories are true or false. They can be made up or they can be real. It does not matter. Because first of all, everybody that exists today was not there. We are all reading and going off of what someone else taught us to believe. It's so popular that people think if they don't believe in it, they're not worthy. And I think that is sad because you want to put everything that you are, all of your essence, all of your goodness on that one name. Now, it's not about the name, y'all. It's not about the name right now. While I'm talking, it's not about the name, but it is about the name. Now, let me explain myself. A name is just a name. But if you put thought in it, if you put feeling in it, if you put belief in it, if you put your heart in it, if you put your soul in it, if you put your essence in it, baby, that name gets up and walk. It doesn't matter what you call it. And it can be positive and it can be negative. You are made in God's image and likeness. You are a creator God. So you can't get out of creating when you speak. There's a power that's going to keep going and going and going. And can't none of us stop it from happening. This is why he's telling you to gain control of your speech. Don't let your speech do the running your life. You run your life and control your speech. If you learn how to articulate your words and choose your words and put the right essence into your words and put them words by another word and by another word and by another word, you get power. Now, at first, the name may not have meant anything. They could have made the name up. They could have had a hat with a bunch of names in it and just picked up a name and said, hey, we're going to give them this fake God. We're going to give them this name. We're going to throw them off. We're going to give them this name. We throwing these jokers off. We got the real one. We giving them the fake one, the one they pulled out the hat, and they pulled Jesus' name out the hat. We just going in imagination, so don't get offended. I'm just trying to make a point, okay? I love them just like you, and I'm going hard for them just like you. But I just feel like from where I am, I can see a clearer vision on my part, in my version, in my world. This is what I see in my world, and I'm just sharing it with you. But I'm not telling you this is what it is. So this is just another way of thinking, okay? Let's say they pulled their name out the hat, and they said, we're going to give them this fake God. We got the real God. We're going to give them the fake God. Okay. The stories that were told, we all read. In the spirit, we eat words. Words is our food. Word is our essence. Word is our power. Word is our protector. Word is our healing. Word is our sword and shield. Word is our buckler. Word is what helps us bind things. The word is what we are without flesh. And if we are word without flesh, we are nothing but a thought. An incredible, awesome, magnificent idea that God had, gave birth to. He made you in the image of him and the likeness of him. Baby, do you know what that means? You are what he is. You are exactly what he is. He gave you all of his essence. He gave you all of his aspects. He gave you all of his power. And he gave you all of his fear. He gave you all of his names. He gave you all of his word. He gave you all of his love. He gave you all of his senses. He gave you all of his smelling. He gave you all of his touch. He gave you thinking. He gave you intelligence, and then he gave it knowledge of him. So you can't get him confused with nobody else. If you're looking for God, you got to look in the invisible place. You got to look where your love is. You got to look where your faith is. You got to look into your gratitude. You got to look into your attitude. You got to look into your mood. So he said, God is an idea. But he messed up when he started saying Jesus wasn't real and laughing and mocking. Now let me tell you what makes that name that came out of that hat so powerful. They made up all the stories about him, right? Look at all the good things they said about him. Let's just say none of this happened. None of it happened, but the laws of the universe still exist, and you have to obey the rules and the laws of the universe, just like the trees, the wind, the grass. Everything obeys except us. We wayward, we hard-headed, we stiff-necked. We out of line and we out of place. But Look at all the good stuff they said he did. Look at the miracles that they said he did. Look at how they articulated their words when they put him together. They put him together for us. See, I'm finna show y'all something. God take evil and use it for good. He take the foolish things to confound the wise. Even if this name was picked out of a hat, they gave this name all the power. They hyped the name up so much that people started gravitating to the name. People started like saying the name. People started feeling the name because of the things that they said about this name. If it's fake, if it's a fake name, they said some good stuff about that name. They created a God, a Lord, a Messiah. And the people gravitated to it. And from the stories, when you articulate your words, you can resonate with things. And people start seeing their life through them scriptures. They start seeing, hey, I went through this. This how I came out. Oh man, I feel just like this person. See, they made all these instructions for us to be human, for us to be flesh. It's okay because we agreed to come here and get into the flesh to help mankind, to help the energy of the earth to stay balanced. So they put all this good stuff into this name and everybody fell in love with it. Everybody gravitated to it and ate it. Now it's inside the hearts and minds and blood of people. Now it's in their soul. Now it's in their spirit. It's in their toes. It's in their fingers. It's in their limbs. It's in each strand of their hair. It's in every fiber of their being. Thought create images. Images can turn into fleshly things. Even though they say this name is fake, being a joke, they lifted this one name above all the names. Don't get mad because we held on to it and we fell in love with it. And we figured out how to make that name get up and walk and talk. Because we gave that name life. We all gave it a life force. We all gave it love. We all fell in love with it. It became our favorite. It became what we wanted it to become. It's a believer's God. It's a believer's Lord. The reason you don't believe in it is because it's not for you. You're not a believer. You're not in the bunch that really like that name and really gravitate to that name and see all of the energy that was spent on that name. Look at all the bloodshed that went over that one name. You see, they made that name mean something. They made that name have power. They gave that name a force above all forces. Man, you grab on to it because they fueled it up. They pumped it up. They gassed it up. They ignited it. They set it on fire. Even them with their fake and false beliefs and putting these words together, the universe doesn't know whether you telling the truth or not. It's not going to tell you no. It's going to give you what you're asking for. So was it a setup? If they set us up, it was a setup that set up them. It was a setup to set us up, but it set up them. And what did they do? Through all of the good stuff they put on, they describe God to us. Who ain't gonna gravitate